I don't need to see Zemo dancing. I really don't need that in my life.
Ooh, slap.
If Harry Kane and Harry Maguire had a love child,
Ooh.
Zemo's dancing, he's wearing turtlenecks. Like, what is going on? If you're going to create something, create this ideal, you can't do it off the backs of torture and enslavement and forced imprisonment and abuse.
Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. It's your boy Chosen Wizdom.
And it's your girl, Divergent Curl.
Yes sir, and we are back again with another reaction, review, breakdown, discussion and everything in between the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode Trez.
It's called Power Broker.
Power Broker. Sam and Bucky go to a criminal safe haven to find information about the super soldier serum. Welcome, Zemo. Before we start, guys, as usual, please smash the like button for me, turn on your notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe.
Subscribe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. But yeah, guys, the last episode was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I think it was so deep.
Yes.
It was very thought-provoking. The topics covered in the last episode were very, very important.
Yeah.
Topics on race, racism, nationalism, patriotism, different types of inequality that they were experiencing. It was so deep, and I think the discussion that we had at the end was also very, very important. I think we covered a lot of those themes. Also PTSD.
Yeah, for sure.
As well is covered. The episode was so loaded. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation from reading the comments section. I think a lot of you did. Just think about the last episode. We finally meet John Walker.
Harry Maguire, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
AKA.
We said he was Harry Maguire, but a lot of you guys have come back and said he looks more like Harry Kane, and I think you guys might be right, you know.
I feel maybe if Harry Kane and Harry Maguire had a love child, it would look like John Walker. But actually, it was Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell who had that's their son, the actor.
Yeah, that's the actor. A lot of you guys have mentioned that in the comment section as well. A lot of you guys in the comment section, you know, also agreed and were a bit skeptical. Yeah,
for sure.
You know, at the start, if you're going to look at his CV and say, you know, he's done this, tick, 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 he's done that, tick, 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 you wouldn't think he's a bad candidate for the job. And that was my point. My point was that he's not the worst guy. But do you know what? As the episode went on, you started to see a few more chinks in his armor.
Yeah.
You find out the Flag Smashers are super soldiers. These guys are going to be a bigger threat. Bucky and Sam finally get together. So we finally see them interact. One of the themes for me throughout the episode was the fact that Bucky and Sam have totally different life experiences. For me, they just needed to come together and talk. Yeah. And we never really got that.
They weren't really communicating with each other yet. They haven't got to that level.
We also meet Isaiah Bradley.
Yes.
Wow, what a scene. That scene with Isaiah was just so touching. We find out a dark history of the Captain America story and the Captain America legacy. And that provoked so many discussions online.
And beyond online. I mean, I know we've been speaking about it on and off during the week. And some of you guys in the comments have also been mentioning, you know, you've been talking with friends, families, colleagues about the themes that are emerging.
Yeah, and just to find out what they were doing and the history of it. I can't really imagine what Sam must have been thinking. We also meet Carly.
Yes.
Who's the leader of the Flag Smashers from our neck of the woods.
Yes, my cousin. It's only because we have curly hair, that's it.
Really? And you know what? We also get that incredible fight scene.
Yeah, that was sick.
With the trucks that we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, they showed their skills.
Yeah, that was so cool to watch. The whole episode was two people living two different realities, you know, facing two different sets of challenges, needing to understand one another's challenge. That's it.
Yeah.
Let me understand you a bit, Sam. Please understand me.
I agree. And I think some of you guys also agreed in the comments.
Yeah. You guys have been like wicked with the comments.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what we want because we have our opinions here. So, you know, it's for you guys to challenge our ideas and to challenge our opinions respectfully, of course. On this channel, we just prepare to have a conversation about the show and what we think and explore differences. Most of you guys have agreed with a lot of the themes and a lot of the ideas. And of course, some of you guys have your own take, and that's what we want, you know, to see how our opinions differ and how we can maybe converge. Because it's not always about being polarized. It's not Team Bucky and Team Sam. And it's not even Bucky against Sam at all. It's Bucky and Sam.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. It's two people who both are suffering in their own way. Nobody's listening to Sam. Nobody. Just listen to what Sam wants or Sam needs. That's how Sam feels. And Bucky's been through a lot. We all know Bucky's story. It's about these two understanding each other. You guys have been coming with your comments.
I think what you were saying about the parallels of the lived experience, a number of people definitely picked up on that. That led people to kind of notice the parallels in the inequity around the racial inequity. So Smoggy picked up on that and actually commented on how the scene with the police actually felt uncomfortable for us to view. I think it was on purpose. You're meant to feel uncomfortable. And even Bucky was feeling uncomfortable. He was trying to hurry that situation along. Just show your ID, Sam. Just show your ID.
Yeah.
Kind of why should Sam have to show his just to get out of that discomfort situation and that potentially dangerous situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool, good for you, Smoggy, picking up on that and sharing your opinion, and also other people have kind of agreed with that. I think before you were mentioning as well about John Walker and how, you know, we're trying to give him a bit of a chance. So Chocolate Tie, my girl's with me because she actually feels like there's something sinister to John Walker. And I kind of wasn't joking when I said I don't like him when I first saw him.
I'm not saying John Walker is the best person in the world. Clearly he's not. I'm just saying, you know, once again, I've seen more eviler people than John Walker. I've seen worse people. I mean, we have Boris Johnson as our Prime Minister.
What we are trying to do.
So other people are recognizing that Steve came from humble beginnings. Steve was actually, like you mentioned last time, disabled until he had access to the serum. So he had a completely different worldview. He's compassionate, understanding, whereas John Walker is top of his class, top of the league, good at everything, excels.
He already has that pride inside of him and all these things inside of him at that base level.
Yes.
So if he would take the serum now as well, what would he become?
Not saying he wouldn't be balanced, but you have to remember, if you've already got, you know, been told ego, I'm good, I'm the best, I'm the top of my class, I've been chosen to be Captain America.
You know, I get that, and that is also true. And Steve is still special. Steve is like 1 in a million in terms of how he thinks. And somebody also said in the comment section, I called Steve a bit ignorant because he's from a different time, and perhaps ignorant is a strong word. Perhaps it's more of an innocence about him. Steve will be a bit more innocent, a bit more ignorant because he's from a different time.
Yeah.
But then someone said, at the same time, because he's from back in the day, he should be more aware about racism.
Yeah.
Because racism was common then. But then maybe then it wasn't called racism.
Shout out to Chelsea. Thank you so much for your comments. We see you, not just on this video, either on other videos as well.
We see you, baby.
Yeah. And you were kind of talking about maybe the missed opportunity in the therapy room between Sam and Bucky.
Yeah.
And, you know, why didn't Sam use that opportunity? And
I kind of agree with...
Great point. Really great point.
Yeah.
And I wanted to add to that point, actually coming from a therapeutic background, that's what I do. That room was a relationship between Bucky and his therapist. It's Bucky's space with his therapist. Sam's been brought into it, not of his choosing, actually just told, get in here, get in this room. The space is all centered on Bucky, as it should be. He needs this space. He needs to open up. He needs to work through things. And if you see, actually, the first breakthrough he's had is with Sam in the room, basically. Sam, he needs that challenge from Sam. I think part of the reason why it's really difficult for Sam to open up is he's not ready. He's just been brought into Bucky's space and then said, oh, what, now is the time to share? When you've just seen what I've been through out there with the police. You knew about Isaiah, and you've seen the conversation that Isaiah just had with you. So you understand the racialized context that I'm living within, yet you still sit in front of me and say, if Steve was wrong about you, it means he's wrong about me, and you're centering the shield and the legacy all about you and your pain and your identity, Bucky. which is okay. But projecting that onto Sam to deal with, that's not particularly helpful.
Yeah, and that's the deeper layer. How you've described it is the deeper layer. It's not a Bucky versus Sam thing. It's just both of them needing to understand each other. At the same time, what you said is good. But if Sam was also a bit more attentive
Yeah.
to Bucky, Sam could have used that opportunity to communicate with Bucky as well. So it is both. But you know what you said is also true. At that time, Sam is also a bit angry after what he just witnessed and what
he's been through.
what he just experienced with the police. Don't forget that scene was directly
moments ago.
Directly after that. The phrase he says if Steve was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. And so essentially he's told us the reason for his hurt. He said it. He believes Steve might have been wrong about him.
About his redemption.
Right. When you think about it, Steve spent a lot of time telling people that Bucky's a good guy.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Winter Soldier happened. Civil War, he spent the whole time defending Bucky. You could argue that the Avengers broke up in a way because of Captain America, Steve's affection for Bucky. And the whole Sokovia Accords things. One of the reasons why Thanos was able to be successful in a way is because the Avengers were split up. And they weren't split up just because of Bucky, but Bucky was one of the reasons why they parted ways. So to find out that man who had all that faith in you, and the only person who really had faith in you, so let's be honest, you've killed all these innocent people, Bucky.
Yeah, Tony Stark's dad and mum.
Tony Stark, yeah, exactly. Bucky's killed all those people, and still Steve saw good in him. Still Steve saw hope in him, and he was the only one to see that in him. And Steve then became Bucky's lifeline, Bucky's light, in this dark world that he was in.
He was his anchor.
Yeah,
his
advocate. He was. And, he saw his friend. His friend was still there somewhere underneath all that brainwashing, underneath that darkness.
Yeah.
So to see that his friend is now gone, right? And he's left with all the memories of those innocent people that he's killed. He's haunted by those innocent people every night.
Yes, that he didn't choose. He was brainwashed.
He was brainwashed, but he's haunted by that. He doesn't have his Steve to tell him he's a good boy, tell him he's a good guy, right? So all he's got is that negativity and that anger, and that anger has just built up inside him. And it might not be anger, it might be fear. It might be sort of that lack of self-worth. You've done all these things. Are you really worthy? And all of that emotion built up inside of him has manifested itself into, Sam, why didn't you take the shield?
Yes.
It's that misdirected, I wouldn't say animosity, but annoyance or grievance at Sam.
Shame, guilt.
Yeah.
Shame and guilt are powerful motivators. And actually, I think I was saying to you yesterday, that scene, the very first scene where they meet, where it's just like straight away, why'd you give the shield? What he was really saying to him was the breakthrough he had in the therapy room later on. You could literally just interchange the words. If Steve was wrong about you, he was wrong about me. That could be basically what he yelled at Sam when he first saw him.
Yeah.
That's what it's been building up to, which is why I say it was a breakthrough in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Sam was integral to that breakthrough, but not of his own choosing again, which is why when you were talking before about Sam not being heard, we wanted to also thank a number of you for mentioning the Tuskegee experiments that took place, the atrocities that took place, as some of the real life inspiration for Isaiah's story around the super serum and being tested on against his will. I think a lot of people have been comparing Sam and Bucky, where we say we don't want to compare them, but if you were going to compare anybody, it would be Bucky with Isaiah.
Yeah.
Their experiences are more comparable.
Yeah.
Isaiah similar, completely different treatment. Bucky's got a pardon. Isaiah's been in prison for 30 years. Has his record been expunged?
No. Bucky's so complex though, because I feel for Bucky so much, man. It's not his fault, it's just sad what they've done to this guy. Because all Bucky wanted to do as well was to serve.
And join the army with Steve.
And join the army with Steve. That's all he wanted to do. And they took this man and look what they did to him.
He spent more of his life killing
Americans.
Yeah.
Probably than anything else.
Yeah, which is not what he signed up to do. He signed up to protect America.
Yeah, so how do you sleep? Now that you've unbrainwashed yourself, how do you sleep knowing what you've done. Bucky just needs to go. But he was in Wakanda for a while, getting a little peace and quiet. I was going to say he just needs to go somewhere where it's just tranquil. Go somewhere where it's just peaceful and just heal your brain,
Yeah.
you know? And that's why when people say they want Bucky to be the new Captain America,
Yeah, I'm like, nah.
I'm like, mate,
really? After everything he's been through?
After everything this guy's been through, you want to slap the shield on him and slap that wrist? No, man. Bucky has never been a leader. Bucky's always been someone to take orders from someone else. Even in the dynamic that he's in now with Sam.
Yeah, he was listening to Sam.
Sam's giving him orders.
Yeah.
Bucky just needs to just heal. Let the man heal, man.
And I think he's healing.
He is.
Sam is going to help him heal. It shouldn't be Sam's responsibility, but I think they're going to help each other to heal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They both just need,
They need
to
each other.
do, you know?
Yeah.
Let's vote this power. Let's watch this thing.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Stealing medicine, vaccines. Hi.
Hello. There we go.
There you go.
It's my cousin.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm not.
No way. Flipping neck. Just the cows.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I saw a lot of people saying about the cell number he's in. It's the same cell number that Princess Leia was in, but just with a Z instead of, because Zemo. T'Challa.
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
I feel like we're going to get a very Bucky-centric episode now.
Yeah.
Global repatriation.
Okay.
Polizei.
All right.
Right,
Give us an insight of what what real life was like.
Deutschland. München.
Germany.
Oh,
They're
it's
there.
my guy.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow.
Do you know who I am?
Steve would never say that.
I gotta think creates loyalty, right?
Yeah. We said that.
I get it. Literally tried everything we can here.
You need to get involved with them.
You're gonna keep following them or something.
Yeah, they're not going to leave Sam and Bucky.
Do you know who I am? What did I say, guys? That
Harry
pride.
Maguire said the same thing in Greece. Well,
You two are known for frolicking in the sun together. We have a history together.
true.
We'll get him to talk.
This has got to be hard. This is the guy who triggered him to do awful things.
Yeah, this is hard for Bucky.
Here we
This
go.
is crazy.
What language are they speaking? Oh, it doesn't work anymore.
It was never personal.
See what I'm saying?
We created the super soldier serum.
Not personal, but you've destroyed a man's life.
Find out who.
Bucky's holding it together really well, man.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
I know where to begin.
Give me something.
What are you talking about? You
Freedom.
want to break people out of jail? What the hell are we? Look, if you lost your, what we have is one of the most dangerous men in the world behind bars.
And we
Yeah.
also have Aiden on the wrong side of that code, Buck, and so have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He blew up the UN. He killed King T'Chaka and
Yes.
framed you for it. Did you forget that? You think the Wakandans forgot about it? They didn't.
Yeah.
I know why this matters to you, but
Can I walk into a hypothetical? What did you do?
What have you done?
The book you're in.
Machiavelli.
why would two prisoners randomly start fighting at that?
Who knows? There could be many reasons. Black procedures have to be initiated. All those bodies flying around like
Bucky let him out.
Oh my gosh, he's already done it. This is why he's reckless. Don't get me wrong, reckless is good, but you can't be Captain America and be reckless.
Someone can use the chaos to their advantage.
Are you happy with this, guys? Is this a good idea?
This guy's the whole reason for Civil War.
Yeah.
I like how casual you're being about this. Is unnatural.
Oh my gosh. Again, you haven't consulted Sam and you've done something.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing here?
I tell you because I knew you wouldn't let this happen.
Oh my lord, oh my gosh, oh
You're
my
going back
gosh.
to prison.
if I may.
No.
Wow. Wow, guys.
This can't be a comedy, you can't make this
You
funny.
broke the law and you stuck your neck out for me. I'm asking you to do it again.
Wow.
And once again, guys,
He
Sam.
recognised it. And he still asked him to do it again.
If we do this,
What is this gonna do?
So what is the plan then? This is a very unconventional team. If this is supposed to be a team, this is the craziest team.
But you know what? In the comics, they do stuff like this, so it is kind of
This
just
is
make people team up.
this is the craziest team.
Wow. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black. These cars are beautiful. Uh-oh.
We've already started.
Yeah. The whole reason, it's just blowing my mind. Civil
This is
War.
crazy, baby.
We're going on the run for 2 years.
It's crazy.
That coat is sick though.
Yeah. Look at this unlikely team. You got this. All three are just. It's just crazy. It's weird.
You got this old man serving you, you know.
I can't believe Bucky.
You know he's memorized that whole list now. You fucked up, Bucky. You didn't like Trouble Man. What?
He's out of line.
What?
But he's right. It's great. Everybody loves Marvin Gaye.
I like Marvin Gaye.
Steve adored Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, he did.
He looked up to Steve.
When he woke up in hospital, he had it playing.
Ding.
Is this the bum chin convention? What's going on? Yeah, everyone's got a bum chin except me right now. All of you.
All those ways, but we cannot exactly walk.
Goal. Aye, nutmeg. Nutmeg. Nutmeg is when the ball goes through your legs, guys. Auntie, her mum, maybe. So she's fighting for something.
Yeah.
Everyone's fighting for something.
We have to
Sam!
do something about this. I'm the only one who looks like a pimp.
More fashion-forward black tiger.
Even has a bad nickname.
Smiling tiger.
Hell,
What?
he does look
It
like
is him. It's silly.
He does look like me though.
Yeah, what is that, acid?
Bucky is going to be the Winter Soldier again for
One of the
us.
best places you want to visit. But Voltron's the other way.
Bucky's good, bro. How can Bucky just put on that thing and just walk like cash, like, and not be just traumatized by this very thought of putting on that jacket again, you know?
He's still a soldier at heart.
Yeah,
Resilience.
yeah, he's strong, man.
But
Okay.
no one's supposed to recognize that he's an Avenger. Power Broker is watching.
Oh,
This is reminding me of what's that other show Anthony's in? Would he clock them?
ooh, Agent 13, you look like.
Oh yeah, Shazza. we don't say the name Sharon anymore.
Oh,
We
no.
don't like that name. Snake them. Why does Anthony always get the Salut. He's testing you. He's making you do it. You could. You got this. They have to drink worse on Hell's Kitchen.
These are all your ingredients. Scalloped eggs, anchovies, chicken. Enjoy.
I love that.
So,
It looks like the Winter Soldier is his currency there. Without Bucky, he could not do what he's doing right now. No. No. These guys don't do it under the radio.
ooh,
Work it out. Get some of that aggression out. Let's get that.
wow,
This is just reminding everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. They were literally waiting for that. They needed some sort of currency to prove. But Sam is looking. He's like, are you triggered for real? He's like, I need to know.
Yeah. This is not a good experience for Sam.
No, Sam's in danger again.
Basically, the guy who's controlling him before is now back on the scene, controlling him, and Sam is supposed to be just, go on, guys.
Just control him.
Go on, guys.
Right now, Sam must feel, wow, I've got no power in this situation. Demands.
Okay.
What's the offer?
Tell us what you know
Oh my
about
lord.
this.
Get out of there quick, Anthony. What?
I will do anything you want.
Stop touching him. He touched his bum chin.
That's the Zemo.
How dare he?
No. Sarah.
Oh, good lord, his sister.
Answer it.
Fuck.
On speaker.
Oh, Sam.
Sam. Turn your phone off.
Sarah, say it, and they'll come around.
If that's the case, then why they dug you out big time?
You damn right I'm good.
Oh,
Oh my lord.
What I tell you about the Cheerios? I have confidence.
Sam, I'm sorry. Let me come back.
Sam, no.
Sam.
Who's that?
Captain America, probably. Maybe not. I don't know.
This is a lot like Altered Carbon.
Yeah. It does feel like it, right?
Let's see some good action now. The Falcon needs his
Ooh.
wings. Oh. Yes, there we go.
There you go.
We're working with him. We need him.
I also took the wings for your ass so that you could save his ass from his ass.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to each other's problems.
I replace him.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like another forgotten person.
It's true. You know,
Okay, so she's a big person in this world.
Okay.
It's true.
Much better.
What does she mean by that? She was talking about herself, right? I hope. Right now, you're on the run.
Really nice.
When they find out Zemo's been broken out by then. Here we go.
Staring machine.
I heard that.
See, by listening to her, by being honourable, now she's on board.
Just listen to each other, man.
Listen.
Trouble.
Okay. Elite. This is elite shit. This is not my... It's not really my scene, but... Okay. Oh my... I don't need to see Zemo dancing. I really don't need that in my life. It's not something I've been scheduling. Why was Zemo dancing?
Why not, man?
Like Ross.
Man's been in prison for all this time, man. Let man just get me.
Ross from Friends.
No.
Well, this is from the trailer. She has to fight some people.
Here we go.
There's something between him and Zemo. The way he looked at him. Who are these guys? Flag smashers? Power brokers? Damn.
Ooh, slap. Mmm.
Gosh, so she's gonna have to fight off all these people.
She's badass though. Look at her. Yeah, go.
Being on the run.
Ooh. Ouch.
That's it. Keep moving. Ooh. Okay. Wrestling move. The armbar.
Oh no.
They've made.
He was a god.
Wow. Why is no one paying attention to Zemo?
Well, that's a lot to unpack, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
She's had to. She's
Yeah.
having to just fight all these guys by herself.
Yeah, man.
Triple X. She's badass, man. She's doing well.
Zemo went and found the gun. Why did he do that? Did he do it because he doesn't want him to make any more, or does he know something?
Yeah.
Because there was a look exchange between them.
Yeah.
Is Zemo going to use the serum,
We will see.
or is he against the serum?
So who?
Get out. They can't find Zemo. Now it's about finding Zemo.
Huh?
Oh my lord.
Did they get out?
How would they have survived that?
Did they get out? Oh yeah. Wow.
Every bounty hunter's on them.
Every action movie.
He said that we're gonna go left, like Steve, on your left. Wow.
You're going back.
Oh, he was helping them.
We want to find Carly or not. He's right. We need him. There's 2 of us. There's 20 of them.
This is interesting.
This is like, okay.
Okay, she might be in and out, but that was a good little cameo if that's the case. I enjoyed that.
So they're like freedom fighters, really. But they're going about it in. So who was Donya to her mum? Mum and Donya. That woman is the sick woman.
Wow.
Oh, they were going there to talk to him as well. Wow, that's such a different conversation than Steve would ever have.
And there you go. There you have it.
He was, oh yeah.
It means a lot of things to a lot of people.
This guy's connected. He knows everybody.
True. I never knew he was disconnected still, but maybe I should. Maybe I should have known. Zemo's the master manipulator. They think they're in control of the situation. Zemo's in control.
That's why they call her Robin Hood. Because she literally is taking...
Yeah.
It's the only language these people understand.
Oh. He didn't know that she was going to kill them.
Wow. She did that. Shit just went darker. Look at his jacket.
Huh?
Someone from Wakanda.
Hey.
He released Zemo.
Wow.
And Wakandans are going to know straight away that he's been released because of their tech. She's probably coming thinking, listen, what the heck are you doing? Some of Bucky's decisions have been really interesting. The episode was good. I enjoyed it. I probably preferred the episode before. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought it was more interesting, but this one was good. Zemo's out. Some of the decisions some of the characters made, I was thinking I didn't really understand. But it was a good episode.
Yeah, I would agree. Zemo's dancing. He's wearing turtlenecks. Like, what is going on? It's just a bit...
It felt a little bit forced. The whole situation felt, let's just put Zemo together with these guys, and it's, I don't know.
They turned like this dark, almost terrifying character into like Ross from Friends. Like he's making snappy sidekick jokes and...
Like, I don't really disagree fully with what you're saying, but you know, characters can be complex, right?
True, I do get that.
He can still. He's been in prison for a while, so you know, the first time he's heard a bit of music, why can't a man
shake a leg? You're right.
Why can't a man shake a leg?
But why is Bucky not? Why are Bucky and Sam not a bit more like you're bad here? You did think I get your point of why you did it, but you hurt a lot of people.
But they are. I mean, what can Sam do? You know, he's out now.
It's true.
It's
true.
They have to go with the plan and they have to carry on and continue with it. I get what you're saying, but I guess it's not supposed to feel natural.
True.
I guess that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an unlikely pair, and we're trying to find like some sort of instant chemistry between the three. You're not going to get that.
Yeah, you won't get that.
Because it's not a team, and
true.
I guess that's the whole point. So maybe we just look at it in a different way. It was a good episode. It's good to see Zemo again.
Yeah. And he was actually dropping some nuggets and some wise, making a little bit of sense on the plane. I don't agree with everything he was saying, but he was talking a little bit about systems, politics, the blip, the world as it is. Like, he even liked Marvin Gaye, he even liked Trouble Man, the album. And even what he said about made sense about how it reflects the Black American lived experience. And Sam was like, wait a second. I don't like it. That was cool. Man. I don't like it, but it's true.
That was cool. But it was true. It was funny. That was cool. Yes. You know what? Upon reflecting, I think that episode was fully loaded.
Yeah.
I think it had a lot to unpack. A lot actually happened in that episode when you think about it. And we actually learned a lot. It was just a different episode to the previous one.
It was more fast-paced. They moved the story along
very quickly. It was very fast-paced. It was fun. It was very fun. Bucky broke Zemo out. That was quite interesting.
And didn't tell Sam.
So how do you feel about that? How do you guys feel about that? Because when I was watching it, I was thinking, really? Bucky, you're going to break Zemo out? You know? First of all, the interaction between Bucky and Zemo, you know, I was waiting for that interaction.
Yeah.
And I think Bucky handled himself with such calm, you know, because this is the guy, he's tormented you. And he's handled it in a very strong way. Personally, I was thinking Bucky's going to lose his cool if he was to talk to Zemo, but he didn't.
It's got to be hard to have done that.
Yeah, it must be so hard for Bucky in that room with Zemo.
So I feel like definitely Sam is important for Bucky's healing as well. We've already seen that from last episode. So that was him being there to support him to go through that, to kind of make... I don't think he could have done it without Sam.
I thought it was quite interesting that Zemo spoke the trigger words as well.
Yeah.
When he walked in, I was thinking to myself, you mother... You know, after everything you put that man through, you're going to flip and try that? Oh, Zemo.
But it was good to see Bucky gave no response. Yeah. Otherwise he could have played on it, strung it out. So I can't imagine the strength it took.
I rate Bucky so highly in that scene. So highly. His actual decision to break him out. you know, and then telling Sam afterwards was a bit. And not only that, once again, putting him in a position where it's like, you know, you sacrificed yourself for me before.
Yeah.
You followed Steve, who in turn, you know, followed me. So essentially, you followed me into the wilderness before.
Yeah.
You know, do it again. Come on, do it again. When I heard that, I'm like, here we go again. Once again, Sam being dragged around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I felt that dynamic. I did feel Sam was put in, and we will talk about it a bit later, but put in a number of different scenes in situations where his life was actually at risk and he didn't get a choice. He was kind of pulled in. I guess he's making choices as it's happening, but how much of a choice are you making when you're either forced or coerced or brought along into something without knowing?
Yeah. Let's be honest. Zemo, Falcon, Winter Soldier, that is the most unlikely trio you will ever see. The most unlikely trio. It's so ironic that those three are just teaming up after everything that's happened, you know, after everything that they've all been through, they're teaming up together. It's so crazy. So crazy. We get a little throwback. We get to see Bucky in a Winter Soldier outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And we see Sam in that pimp outfit.
Oh, my Lord.
Flipping it. Ridiculous.
That was funny. Sam.
And the picture they showed of him was him, you know.
He's like, it looks like me.
Yeah, it looks like me.
It's
it's probably you. Yeah. It's silly.
It was funny.
But it was so cool to see Bucky in that Winter Soldier outfit. I mean, I love Winter Soldier. He's one of the coolest looking.
Yeah, he looks formidable. He looks kind of scary.
Yeah,
especially when he's got his COVID mask on.
Yeah.
When the whole thing is together.
Yeah, I think that fight scene opened up Sam's eyes a little bit because I think Sam felt a little bit uncomfortable. Because let's be honest, you've got the guy who was controlling the Winter Soldier out and you've teamed up with him and you're in a club and he is controlling the Winter Soldier, you know? Like...
That was his move, he was like...
Sam was concerned a little bit.
And to be fair, I felt
that too.
Uncomfortable watching it.
I think because it felt excessively violent.
Yeah, it's a hard one to gauge, really.
Or was it? I don't know. You tell us, guys. But for me, it just looked like Bucky switched into a mold, you know, and he was just a machine, not a human, just a machine. Any person that came at him, he was gonna smash up.
I wonder what that was like.
Yeah.
For him to take on that role, because doesn't Zemo just sort of drop it on him like, we're going in here, you need to be,
I guess,
to stay in character.
I guess that's probably what a lot of soldiers experience, right? If they're suffering from PTSD, that's what maybe happened to Bucky when he was fighting. He just looked like he just zoned out a little bit. Like I said, Bucky just needs some oil, bath salts, you know.
Burn some sage.
Have a Native American friend can, you know, bring you to his TP and help you. He just needs everything. He just needs help and just some love and TLC.
I think I like the bit where Sam is like, are you okay? Sam was clearly an anchor for him in that moment. Like, oh my God, I've just seen you like tap into something. Are you right?
And in that scene, they weren't bickering. Sam came to him and asked him, are you okay? That's open dialogue. They're communicating, which they don't really do. They don't communicate. They just bicker like siblings, you know, and we'll probably talk about that later on, but I think that was important that Sam actually reached out and said, are you okay?
Yeah.
It's funny, that phone call with his sister. Flipping heck. That was so stupid.
Injects a bit of reality into like, you're off doing some secret mission. It's a reality. Your
happens,
sister
it happens.
About the bank loan.
He almost got away with it. It's just that she said Sam right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was crazy. And Sharon, we got introduced to Sharon again.
Yeah,
Agent
she's
13.
some kind of badass in charge of this, I don't know, altered carbon reality
unit or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, we meet Sharon. Sharon, you know, I think helped them take out Selby. You know, I think, who's the boss lady. But she's had her own experiences. It's funny because she helped them take the shield and she was on a run with them.
Yeah.
But she once again has a totally different experience, a totally different reality to Sam and Bucky.
Yeah.
They both committed the same crime at the time, all three of them, but one is being pardoned, one is still working for the military, and she is still on the run.
Said she couldn't even talk to her family.
Yeah. So once again, it's showing inequity, showing
I think so, yeah. There's
unfair
forgotten
treatment, forgotten people.
and unheard, untold stories still to be spoken. So, and I think it was really powerful that it felt like Sam was really noticing her struggle. And I think that was supposed to juxtapose with Bucky just being completely oblivious because he's so focused on, as he said on the plane, I need to get that shield back.
We are all glad that she's back because she can kick ass. She was a badass in this episode.
Yeah, she was good.
She was fighting all those guys herself.
Yeah.
Just punching them all up. Like, it was crazy. She did well.
Yeah, she did.
And she led them to the guy who made the serum. The
Yeah.
scientist. The scientist. And he tells us the story, doesn't he? He tells us the story. They were testing on Isaiah. And not only were they testing on Isaiah, the CIA hired him to make the serum.
Yeah.
So it was the CIA essentially testing on Isaiah, which is sad, really sad, I guess.
It's actually like a tragedy. It's tragic because to create an ideal, this symbol, which doesn't Sharon mention in the scene before they go to see the scientist. You know it's all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Heroism, and they just pass it on like it's just another thing to be marketed and branded. It's branding. That's kind of what she was saying. And
yeah, it's important to understand that real people are behind all of these symbols and real people are dying just so these symbols can be maintained. That's what she's saying. She's saying, what? All these heroes and stuff, you still believe that? Look what's happened to me. And you can argue she went against the government still. She took the shield, but she still helped the government many, many times. How many people need to die for an idea that could, in some people's eyes, save many?
Yeah.
You know, that is a crazy conundrum you have to think about.
Somewhere along the line, the US government decided we want to create an American superhero. Let's manufacture one. If you're going to create something, create this ideal, you can't do it off the backs of torture and enslavement and forced imprisonment and abuse of Americans just because the American happens to have brown skin. No, you can't do that. So now you've tainted a whole legacy and it just feels ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tragic, of course, what happened to Isaiah, and even Anthony, I think in that scene, or the scene after, said the way he was talking about Isaiah, just like a test subject, like an object, because I've gone to see the man, I've spoken to the man, he is human, he's real.
Yeah.
You know, he's a man with emotions and feelings and whatever. He's a person. So all these revelations, I think it's really important for Sam and for Bucky, because if you actually notice, they've probably spoken more in this episode than they've ever done. What do you think of the CIA? All this information is just making you think, who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys? Everything is just interweaving and twisted, and good guys can do bad things for good reasons. Yeah, why did Zemo kill the scientist? I don't trust Zemo. No. He's got an agenda. You know what? I believe Zemo is in full control of this situation because I think he's that smart. He's found a way to manipulate these guys already without them not even realizing. Do you agree?
Yeah, whenever a villain's sitting in the cell for a long time, they're coming up with all these complex plans of what they're going to do when they get out, or how they're going to get out. He's blatantly got a plan, and he's thought much more ahead in advance, preparing for Bucky's arrival. He had a whole plan. Look at all his hookups, got all the connects ready to go.
Man's got the connects lined up.
Yes, and that takes planning.
I mean, he had a chance to run, but he saved them.
I misunderstood because initially I thought he was leaving. I guess so did Sam.
I love that throwback to the Civil War. I think Civil War, where Sam was sitting at the front and Bucky was in the back seat, and Bucky asked Sam to move the seat up, and Sam said no.
Can you move your seat up? No.
I love that throwback on this episode. Classic. And then, interestingly, we find out a little bit more about Carly and her journey and the 5 years that she spent when half the world had gone. And it's just interesting to know that there are some people who genuinely preferred the blip, because what the blip was supposed to do was half the people. That means less drain on the resources, and the population of the world should flourish because of it. So what happens if people do flourish, become happy, start to prosper, and then half the population just instantly comes back? So your dream of being a teacher and your dream of being whoever you want to be has just vanished just like that. You don't have to agree, but we need to understand that perspective also. There will be a lot of people who would prefer it. Whether it's right or wrong, that's another story. But
That repatriation council.
yeah, blowing up the building is something I didn't expect, actually. I mean, the image I had for them was not that evil, not that sinister. And I think doing that made me think, you know, whether you are angry that your mum had died or whatever it is, but come on, those people were probably just following orders or something. I don't know. But did you need to blow up the building and kill them all? Did you really need to do that?
That is a good question to ask.
I don't think so.
It's not good. It's not helpful to use the tactics of the people who have all the power to try and overthrow. Sometimes it's the only tool you have. I get that, but they're super soldiers, so they were able to get in and out without. We saw they clearly got in, got the food, got the supplies, and got out without harming. That was a choice, an extra choice, an extra step. So, I guess if she's lost everyone she truly cared about, maybe she's tipped over. She's a bit in that sort of wonder territory right now.
Yeah. She made her choice. Let's see what happens. Because everyone's going to be coming for her. She is the center now. She's the vocal point. Everyone's going to be like, serum. Closing in. We also saw the beads. What are they called? Guys, remind us what they're called. The Wakandan beads.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what they're called from the top of my head, but the Wakandans have come to question this motherfucker.
Yeah, the Dora Milaje. Didn't Sam point it out earlier on in the episode? He was like, listen, Wakandans are gonna like want him immediately if he's out.
What you doing? Why have you broken him out? You know, the Wakandan technology, they probably knew that straight away. So Bucky has to answer. And once again, you know, the first question I asked was, should he have? You know, and some of you will probably say it's a necessity. He felt like he needed to. He made an executive decision. It was a good call, and he will end up being a good call. But in the context of everything, is that a responsible call?
And they started a prison riot to do so.
Yeah.
By slipping a note, a lie, saying this guy's going to try and kill you. That's what's going to happen up. These guys will have
means to an end and all that, right?
Yeah.
It kind of sums up the conversation they had in the plane. How many people need to die for the idea?
Yeah.
For the ideal, for the symbol. As we can see, Bucky will do whatever it takes to maintain, to accomplish the goal, for the ideal. He'll do whatever it takes. He's that kind of guy. Whereas Sam is like, do you know what? I don't know if I would, you know. I don't know if I would kill those people to get that. I don't know if I would do that. It's an interesting conversation they had in the plane.
Yes, and I think it shows a level of emotional maturity that Sam could reflect on himself in that conversation and say, maybe I actually shouldn't have given the shield into the Smithsonian. I should have destroyed it.
Yeah.
Even though he's holding his position even firmer, it's still showing broader thinking. He's thinking, okay, I'm taking on board some of your information now, Bucky. Maybe it was a mistake. Actually, look how many people are dying for the shield. Bucky clearly wants to get it back. But yeah, how is that all going to play out?
Yeah, one thing that you also said is that it's good that they're talking. Like I said before, I think they've spoken more in this episode than they've ever spoken. And I think they just need to speak. And that dialogue there was important because they showed each other where they stood.
Yeah.
They need to do that rather than just bickering and trying to one-up each other. That on-the-surface conversation. No, that surface-level conversation. Talk, you know, just talk.
Yeah.
That's all, man. You know, what Sam is also saying is that can the symbol really mean that much if so much has to happen for it to be maintained, for it to be created? I think that's what he's struggling with, right? Like, all this shit has to happen, all this death, all this craziness just for this symbol, just so people can feel good.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it is, this symbol makes people feel good. Can that be measured?
Well,
What comes out of that?
that's a good question. I don't know how you measure that.
Not just makes people feel good, I'm of course simplifying it, but you know.
It's one of those existential questions that I can't answer. I don't know what the right or wrong answer is. I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer. But there's definitely a lot of narratives or perspectives on it. They're all probably equally as valid and deserve to be heard. So that's what we've been talking about, the theme around multiple narratives can exist. Let's acknowledge the good with the bad, the yin with the yang. Both can't exist without the other. So,
but
that's maybe a metaphor for Bucky and Sam. Maybe they need each other to
balance each other out,
and heal and
find
themselves.
That's why I said if they spoke to each other, I think they'll both just come like this. You know, and you know what? We forgot this John Walker guy. We forgot about you, Johnny. Yeah. we see you and we see you starting to crumble under the pressure.
Yeah.
We see
Do you know who I am?
We see that ego. And what did I say? I said pride. I said he already has a lot of pride in him. And we saw it there. Do you know who I am? You ain't my cap. You ain't my cap.
And interestingly, he went to the same prison with Zemo. What was his plan? Was he just going to go talk to Zemo? Was he going to tump him up a little bit? What was he thinking?
True. What was he going to do there? Slap man up?
Maybe. You saw how he reacted to that man who's technically a civilian, right? Although he technically has harboured a terrorist. So slamming him up against walls and stuff. I don't think Steve Rogers would have had a reaction like that. I think he would have just been like, ugh.
Do you know what it is? It's so difficult because I notice that you say a lot.
I compare him to Steve.
Yeah, you do it a lot. And this is where I'm coming from. I'm like, I know he's not a good guy, right? We're seeing that he's starting to crumble. I get that. But it's also, he was never going to win anyway because he was always going to be compared to Steve. He's always going to lose.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
In the back of your mind, if everything he does wrong, Steve wouldn't have, see Steve? It's like, yeah, I know. No one will ever be Steve. And that's the point. That's also the bigger picture of this whole story. Yeah. That no one will ever be Steve. That's what Sam is saying. I don't want to be Captain America because no one will ever be Steve.
It's so hard
I'm
to live up to.
scared to take that shield because I can't even be Steve. I won't even live up to Steve. So how can I take that? It's so complex, guys. It is. Very. So, questions, guys. We have a few questions for you. If you could answer these, please. First question is simple. Should Bucky have broken Zemo out of prison? Yes or no? At the time, I thought to myself, what is this crazy guy doing? Is he for real?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Should he have done it? Let us know. Can Bucky be the new Cap? I think Bucky wants to go and get the shield. He alluded to it on the plane.
Yeah.
But can he? Can he really be the new Cap right now?
And should he be?
Is
that actually going to be what's beneficial for his own mental health and well-being?
Yeah. I think you guys know our take on that question already, But what do you guys think? What do you guys think Zemo's ultimate plan is? Clearly, this guy is up to no good, and he must have a plan.
Yeah.
He must have a plan. What is he doing? What do you guys think? Let us know your ideas, man. I think at this stage it's important to know what your opinion of the Flag Smashers are. What do you think of them? Honestly, let us know. Comment below. And what is your overall take on the whole Sharon situation?
Yeah, not Sharon Osbourne. This one. This Sharon.
This Sharon.
Yeah. Agent
13 Sharon. Mrs. O.
Not Karen Sharon.
What is your take on the Sharon situation? Do you have sympathy for what she did? Do you not? Why? Should she be pardoned? Why hasn't she been? Why hasn't she been pardoned? What is your take on that situation? Let us know. Comment below.
And what do you guys think is going to happen with the power broker? Carly seems to think they're going to be coming for her. Yeah. To get the serum. So what's happening? Are we building up to a showdown? Everyone's after this serum.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna converge.
What is your opinion on John Walker now? You've had a couple of episodes now to see how he's acting. How he handled those situations today. What do you think about it all? And what is your overall view of him? Yeah. Comment below. He's a bit too Mourinho for me. He needs to be. I think I need a bit more Wenger. Or a bit more Fergie, a bit more balanced. Bit more Fergie. You don't want boots flying in your face, mate. Yeah, but he balanced it with an arm round the shoulder, here and there. Fergie was a criminal, man. Anyway. Maybe he... He wasn't a criminal. He wasn't. He needs to be on the run with it. So, thank you guys for watching. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed our reaction, review, breakdown and discussion. We do like to talk, but we do like to talk openly, and we hope that it's provoking conversations at home. Yeah, you guys have been giving us inspiration. Yeah. For conversation, actually. Exactly. So thank you. Keep it coming. So we read your comments all the time. And
reading your comments provoke conversations, you know, in our home. Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, it's a good relationship
It's a
that we're building.
circle of life.
Doobie 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 doo. Man, you crazy. She's crazy.
I'm excited because I'm about to watch WWE, so I'm just hyped. WrestleMania next week.
WrestleMania's coming soon. I'm excited. But anyway, that's a different story. We're digressing already. But yeah, thank you guys for being with us, man, on this journey.
Yeah.
More to come.
Yes.
Smash the like button. Turn on your notifications. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to share the video, guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.